Hey guys, and welcome back to Gold Rush, where I record an episode without actually recording it. 20 minutes. 20 minutes of my life wasted. Dug out some more. Talked about stuff, I guess. Refueled the excavator. Spoke about... Oh, I think the only thing that was really of any import anyway was I spoke about the... I had a 9.5 ounce clean out that I was like, oh, probably pretty much done with this square. And I spoke about how the loan basically charges you the full interest as soon as you take it out, so you don't need to worry about how fast you're actually mining. No, I'm trying to scrape up the corner of this. I think this is the last clean out I'm going to take off of this hole. Also says that the Frankenstein is apparently quite laggy, like it's quite unoptimized at the moment. I feel like I'm tossing most of my dirt off the edge. And I'm about to break. Yeah, the color of this square basically makes me feel like I'm done with it. Alright. I mean, hopefully I got some decent gold out of this clean out. But I ain't gonna hold my breath. I reckon this will probably be another like 9. Okay. And it also says I was saving for... I was saving roughly 200 ounces before I hand everything in. And buy the tier 3, so that's what we're heading for. We're heading for the 200 ounce mark. Okay, let's 97.1, so let's just say 97 conservatively. So if I can get to 107 then it was alright, if not then I cry myself to sleep. Oh, done alright, what was that? 14 ounces. Like, is it even possible for me to get another... I suppose we could. That, like I says, man, 14 ounces is decent. I don't know if that's pretty much the last that this hole's got to offer. I think it probably is. I think I might be able to get another couple out of it, but another one clean out, but I think that's about it. Like I says, man, if this is giving me 14 ounces, then it's well worth it. Ah, really annoyed that I lost that last episode. Had some goofs, had some gaffes. Usual. Always happens, man. I don't know why I let it surprise me. I think that's like the 3rd, 4th time it's happened with Gold Rush. But yeah, sometimes I literally, by the way, just checked over to make sure this was recording. Even though I knew for 100% that it was recording, still had to check. Because you never know. Right. What I'm doing here is fucking idiotic. Right, I think I'm pretty much done with this hole. Okay, let's Yeah, that's it there. There's a little bit in this like medium layer here, but let's go over to this one that has good gold throughout. Okay. Because fuck trying to like scrape little bits off of that other hole. Right. I mean, if we could get down here with the front loader? Obviously I would need a front loader, but if we could get down here with a front loader, man, that would be sick. But yeah, we're literally kicking the ass off of a getting tier 3 set up, and then we'll get the we'll have enough stuff for the, I hope we are anyway. I says 260k, and I know that that was like very back of the napkin maths. Or, in my case, back of the envelope maths. But, sadly I didn't write down the prices of each thing, I just wrote down 260k for T3. And I know that that was an overestimate as well. But did I factor in the need for the conveyor belts and stuff like that? Because I can't remember. I hope I did. I hope I did. I'll find out soon enough, but I hope I did. That'd be upsetting if I didn't. I also think that it's all running off of little generators as well, from the math that I've done. Well, we didn't factor in a big generator, so I think that'll be my next big purchase, though, the big generator. 112.3. So, as I said before, just 10 ounces and I'm happy. There we go, we got the 10 ounces. But just 10 ounces. I'm guessing that that had something to do with the majority of the initial loads coming from the previous square. We're at 7% now, let's see what that gets to when that's finished. $13. So roughly 6-7% per full scoop. It's good to know for when we get to like the 90s and stuff. See, that shouldn't have changed colour like that. I feel like that's a bit borked. Okay. Yeah, I feel like we're definitely getting somewhere. I'm looking forward to getting T3 all set up, so we can start earning a bit better. Unfortunately, my man Danubis is he's buggering off somewhere. So fingers crossed. I think Blaine Allen was going to be Blaine Allen. I hate giving people their full names. I think Blaine was going to be sorting out the spreadsheet though. So that'll be helpful. He's gonna have to get a crash course in how Danubis does things. Alright. So at least another 8 cleanouts. At least. Or rather, I'm saying at least, at most, because we seem to be averaging over 10 ounces. Especially when we're choosing to move when it starts getting a bit crappy. But like I said, I can clean up all these holes once we get the front loader. Now it doesn't matter what layers everything's in. Is that what it says, or just say... Ah, it says another 200 ounces because that takes us up to 280 odd. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. What was that? It says it was 7-ish% per scoop. Alright, so we can get... So we should be able to get 2 more full scoops in this before hitting 100%. Should. Always need a full scoop. $97, $98, perfect. Excuse me. Hey, we got 10% in the magnetite bucket there. Should probably go and put this back, huh? Right, 122.6. Oh, as long as we get 132, I'm happy. $122.6. Ah, that's another 12. Another 12-ounce cleanout. So that's good, because that'll mean that we need... If we keep getting 12s, that means we're getting pretty much one... we're pretty much just looking at 9 cleanouts instead of the 10. It's funny that that turned to white there. It's just, it's a little bit buggy. I've actually just deleted all the gold from this square. Somehow. There we go. And now I've just respawned it. What did I say? Yeah, if we're getting... we need 66 ounces. So we need 6 if we're getting 11s. So we need roughly 6 more cleanouts. So what do we average on, like, 3 cleanouts an episode? 4 cleanouts an episode? It kind of depends on what other crap comes about. So yeah, 6 more cleanouts, and we should be able to get tier 3. And then once we've got that, we should rapidly be earning. Fingers crossed. Now we can just start upgrading the bits and bobs. So I think tier 3 only has like 1 duplex jig and stuff like that, so... So it's not going to be perfect for gold recovery, but it will get there. So I've spoken about this before, but I was talking about when you play early access games like this on YouTube, and how it's funny when you see people going back through it and watching it and try to give you advice, and it's like, oh, you should have done this, you should have done that. It's like, yeah, well, that wasn't in the game at the point. It's like I'm looking forward to the people going back through and being like, oh, you says in this video that you couldn't put 2 duplex jigs on, and you actually can. Like, why don't you just try it? It's like, yeah, well, that's because it was like 5 freaking versions before they allowed you to do that. You get stuff like that all the time. It's like, it would be funny if it wasn't annoying. And the only reason it's annoying is because you have to go back through and be like, no, here, listen. It's like, takes time out of my day. Oh man, so I've got, God, 4 minutes, DJ, you've got 4 minutes to say this. So I've got, I've spoken about this before in Gold Rush, but I've got a massive problem with, the way the AAA gaming industry actually runs on the PR side, and like how they deal with YouTubers and stuff like that. And I've spoken about it before. It's all DST or dick suck theory. The more dick you suck, the more people actually care about you. And I actually tweeted out today, I was like, I miss the banking industry, because at least in the banking industry, a business transaction was a business transaction. Like, I don't care what the fuck your political views are, I don't care where you stand on social issues. Like, if you can benefit my business, you benefit my business. It's the same in a lot of business, a lot of different industries. 135, but in gaming, totally different. PRs, if they don't like you, like, you are not working with that company. If that PR just does not like the way that you talk, doesn't matter how much you can benefit their company, if they don't like how you interact, if you don't... Was it 135? We just got 14 ounce, I think it was. If you don't agree with their philosophical look on life, then you're screwed. Basically, you're not going to get anything from that company. And I can understand if the company was like, oh yeah, well, what you do is against the company's core values, and it's like, okay, I would understand that, but no. No, it's literally just a popularity contest, and if you want anything in the AAA gaming industry, you need to suck the dicks of all the PRs. You need to be their best friend. You need to, on some cases, like a lot of PRs, and I personally, this is a conflict of interest, in my opinion, but a lot of PRs have their own like streams and stuff like that, like their own personal streams. It's like, oh yeah, well, it's just a hobby to some people. It's like, and then when you... It's just a hobby to some people until it starts being affected by your work. So there's a lot of PRs that I've seen that have their own streams, and they like, obviously they advertise it on their own personal Twitter. I'm going to say personal because they use their personal Twitter for business stuff. So how personal is it anyway? But regardless, they'll advertise their streams and things on their personal Twitter, and people, like other content creators, will like raid them, like send their viewers their way, give them shout outs, you know, blah blah blah. And it's like they're furthering their brand off of the company's brand, because they do. You see a lot of these PRs and they get like, they're constantly getting raided, they're constantly getting like different things from these content creators, and the reason that content creators are doing it is because they get something from them, because they know that they'll be like first in line for a early access review copy, they'll be first in line for like press kits. Doesn't matter if their channel's like 10,000 subs, 5,000 subs, and they don't actually do well, as long as they're so up the arse of that PR, then that's what you'll get. And the same happens the opposite way. If you're not up the arse of the PR and you've got, say, 130 odd thousand subs, then you ain't getting shit. Like, even if that's your target demographic, that's the games that you play, that is what your audience are into, you know you're going to get thousands of views, you will not get that game if that PR just simply doesn't like you. And it's kind of like, it's, I think when I spoke about this before, I said it's like high school, and it is. It's like, if that person doesn't like you, then they will use the company that they work for against you, even if that results in the company losing out on sales. And I know, I just wish that I could like get that information to the people who sign the checks so that they can have a look at what these PRs are actually fucking doing with their companies. Because it's like, you know, as a content creator, my brand is my brand. I can do whatever the fuck I like with it. I can completely tarnish it if I want, but it's my brand. Whereas these PRs and things are in charge of these multinational brands, and they just treat them like it's their brand. And yeah, don't like that. Don't like it at all. But regardless, we've run out of time in this episode. So as always, thanks a lot for watching. I've been CJ, you've been awesome. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.